whenever you guys are ready.
Everybody ready? All set?
All set.
Yep.
All right. I call this meeting to order, Tuesday, June 9th, meeting of the Board of Selectmen at 4:30 p.m. Would you please stand and join me for the Pledge of Allegiance? Did you guys get that? Because everything froze on me.
Yeah, you're back.
Most of it.
Dave, want to lead us in the Pledge of Allegiance, please?
I pledge allegiance to the flag
of the
of the
United
United
States of America,
and to
and to
the
the
republic
republic for which
for
it
which it
stands,
stands,
one
one
nation,
nation,
under God,
under God,
indivisible,
indivisible, with
with
liberty
liberty and justice.
for all.
Which stands, one nation, indivisible, with liberty.
We've lost the chairman.
Peter, you behind us?
I don't know where she went to. Do you want to take over, Dave?
Yeah, let's get started. I know it's going to be a long meeting.
Want to just read the
Due to the
statement on the top?
Due to the continuing concerns surrounding the COVID-19 coronavirus pandemic, this meeting will remain closed to the public. There are no scheduled public hearings and there will be no public comment period. Live video and audio of the meeting will be aired on Comcast local channels 6, 9, and 98. A live feed and recording of the meeting will also be posted on EBCAM website, www.eb-cam.org. I will now turn it back to the chair,
Thank you.
Madam Chair, if she's available.
I think I'm back. Is that better? I kicked everybody else in the house off the Wi-Fi.
It's better.
Yep, you're good.
Better? There is a delay. Okay, good.
I
Thank you,
can hear you
David, for
talk about your
reading that
mouth stop
statement.
moving.
And I just wanted. Okay. Well,
Want to
Brian,
call
can
in?
you hear me?
I can hear you. Do you
I
want
can
to?
hear you.
But the connection is bad. I don't know why. Usually it's fine. See, David, yours is good and now mine's not.
It's Peter's fault.
Take the blame.
No, we don't blame the new guy. No. Well, let's try it. Or Brian, if it gets bad, I can call.
Okay.
If it gets worse.
Okay.
Anyway, I did want to say, even though this is a weird environment, I wanted to welcome Peter Spagone to the board and congratulations on your election. And we're glad to have you here. And I wanted to also thank Bill Dowling for his years on the board and the contributions that he made to the town while he served as selectman. So hopefully that came through okay. We
and I
have just
echo
two
that.
action items. And yeah, David, did you want to add anything?
I just echo that, welcome Peter and thanks Bill for his 6 years on the board.
Great, thank you. We just have two action items. Now, normally, we would elect a clerk at this meeting, but because we had to post the meeting before the election, we didn't know. So we're just gonna skip that for right now. We'll do that at our next regular meeting, which will be next Monday night. So David, do you mind going through the action items for us?
Madam Chair, I move to approve Nadia Clancy of Community Coalition for Change to use the town common on Saturday, June 13th, 2020, from 2 p.m. to 4 p.m. for a peaceful protest rally.
Peter, do you want to second that?
I will. A second. Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you. Is there any discussion on this? I know that there was a meeting at Town Hall on Friday with Brian, our police chief and fire chief, and they all signed off on the usage of the common for this purpose. But do we have any discussion? Does anybody want to add anything?
I'd just like to, if Mr. Noble could take a few minutes just to outline the meeting that was held last Friday and the communication between the town and Mrs. Clancy.
We convened a meeting with the public safety staff of the town and represented by Chief O'Brien and Chief Herron and myself. We met with a group from the coalition that is sponsoring this, led by Nadia, and we were concerned about public safety, and their original request was to do in an evening hour, and our concern was crossing busy streets, Central Street, parking being an issue, lighting on the common being an issue. And they were most amenable and moved it to 2 to 4 p.m. on a Saturday, the 13th, which does create a little bit more safety for us. The parking lot at Town Hall will definitely be empty at that point, so they can use that. And the overflow parking can go down to the high school. They were going to contact the churches that are on the common to talk about possibly using their spaces for parking. Chief O'Brien has informed me that we can close Central Street if the crowd is significant enough, so that we can add additional public safety for the people attending. So I think that the meeting went very well. The tenor was excellent. And they were very open, upfront, creative in their thinking, and open to our suggestions. So we found the meeting extraordinarily productive.
Thank you. Madam Chair, that's it for me.
I got one question. So do they have a platform? Is there like starts? We're going to do this at 2 o'clock. We're going to do this at 2:15. Are there speakers? Do we have any idea how it's?
Their current plan is not to leave the common, or at least that's the plan they presented. But we know that these things changed as they changed in Whitman Sunday. So consequently, we're prepared for any eventuality that their program requires. They have speakers that will be addressing the crowd, and then there'll be a take a knee opportunity. And at that point, in Whitman, they marched around the playing field, and then they marched out in the street, and then they came back. The crew that came here last night started to the common, marched to the intersection at 18 and came back. So we're prepared for any change in the agenda. But the original agenda was that they were staying on the common. So we do know that those things tend to change. And I have to, let's put some credit out there. Chief O'Brien's response to the impromptu demonstration that was held last night, and his cooperation in Whitman over the weekend, and apparently in Wareham prior, he's done this very well, and the organization was exceptional. So I want to thank both chiefs for their effort, but the police department really did a good job organizing public safety for this event yesterday. And if that was just merely a dress rehearsal for this coming Saturday, I'm very comfortable that we're in good hands.
The coalition, the Community Coalition for Change that is organizing this has put together a flyer. And it does say they invite you to a peaceful rally showcasing love and humanity. Saturday, June 13th, 2020, from 2 to 4 at the East Bridgewater Town Common. Please come show support for our community. And it does state right on the flyer, please remember, wear a face covering, bring posters, adhere to social distancing, and violence of any kind will not be tolerated. It's a nicely put together flyer, and yeah, it was a nice group that we met the other day.
Chief O'Brien and Baron, you're being awfully quiet.
Yeah, I don't really have anything to add. I just echo that the meeting we had last Friday morning, everything that I can gather from that meeting, it appears that it will be a peaceful protest. However, you know, we plan for the other side of it, just in case it isn't. Luckily, you know, yesterday turned out to be, I wasn't able to be in attendance. We had a fire during that. Lucky us. But from my understanding, there really were no issues, and hopefully that'll be the same on this Saturday.
Yeah, same here, Timmy. I'm planning on a safe and positive event.
Thank you. We lost Carol again, apparently.
I'm back. Can you hear
Okay.
Oh
me?
yeah, she's trying to call from her phone.
Okay, I mean, I can call you if you want me to.
No, can you hear me okay? You just can't see me, right?
I can hear you.
That's fine.
Okay, good. So I need a vote on that, please.
So I missed the discussion, but I'm assuming you just shared about the meeting like we talked about.
Yes.
Okay. And
There we
was
go.
There
there
you
any
are.
further- Hello.
Hi.
Was there any further discussion on that?
Nope, everything was covered, I think.
Okay, great. I assume you said all good things since I missed it, but all in favor, please say aye.
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 All right, the ayes carry that one. So now I can't see my agenda. Good Lord, I'm like a hot mess at this one, aren't I? But I believe there was one other action item. Mr. Vice Chairman?
Yes. Madam Chair, I move to approve the town administrator, Brian Noble, or his successor, to temporarily amend alcohol
Wait.
licenses for outdoor seating. Just second that, Peter.
Yeah, that's, geez, you put me in a tough spot right out of the gate, David. I don't know.
I know, what can I say?
Can we
That's-
amend that to not include his successor?
Yeah, I'll take that out.
You can try.
Thank you, Rebecca. All right, we have a motion and a second. Brian, do you want to explain why we need to do this at this time?
Yes, we're getting applications from restaurants that are going to do the outside dining. And some of the applications are coming in slightly incomplete. You are the local licensing authority, and we need to be able to approve the amendment to their alcohol license to serve alcohol in the enclosed area that they create outside. Part of the problem is that if I need to call a Board of Selectmen's meeting to approve these licenses, I need 48 hours. These restaurants need to open sooner than that. So some of the applications are coming in, but they're slightly incomplete. So we don't want to keep calling board meetings until the applications are complete. So using me as the approving authority in the meanwhile means that I can expedite their permit.
Great. Yeah, I think the more we can do to help them to open up and serve people outside, and let's hope that we have great weather so that everybody can go and enjoy outside dining in East Bridgewater. Who knew? Finally, right?
It took a pandemic to do it.
I know. So there's one silver lining. Any discussion, David or Peter?
Just a question,
good.
Brian. How many restaurants so far have sent back a request to serve liquor outside?
We have Johnny Macaroni's, we have Adria, and we have Mockingbird.
Okay,
And by the way, Rebecca's handling these applications quite well. And she's handling making them complete and shoving them through the approval process to the fire chief, the police chief, the Board of Health, the planning board. So it's really her who's getting it all organized.
That's Great. Thank you, Rebecca.
Maybe we should give Rebecca the authority.
Sure.
Oh, any further
Just,
discussion on this?
just a thought.
All right, hearing none. All in favor, please say aye.
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 Motion carries. I think, is that it for action items?
It is.
Yeah. Any board discussions?
I'd like to just give a shout out to Sue Gilpatrick and her group for the election on Saturday. Everything that they had to do to set up and move the crowds along and to move things that smoothly. It's just a great credit to her and the people that she put together to run that election. It was just tremendous, and we appreciate it.
That's a good point, David. Well taken, I'm sure.
May I also bring to the board's attention a donation from Dave Walsh of 4,000 masks to the town, which we will use as we reopen town buildings and for town meeting. And I'm going to say
Fantastic.
when we're on TV, because that was great work on his part to get us those masks.
Yeah, thank you, Dave. Very
Thanks,
good.
Dave.
Anything else?
Can we set a time? I want to confirm a time for next week's meeting on Monday, the June 15th. This will be a joint meeting with the Finance Committee.
Okay.
So I'm recommending 6:30 as the time, not 4:30.
Like the
And-
old days.
And I want to do it in person, if that's okay with you guys.
Yes, absolutely.
I
Okay.
think it's fine.
Yep. I know Dave's against it, but I think it's,
We'll have to
I've
drag him out of his house.
Can we
I've had
talk
enough fun
again
with
about,
virtual meetings.
can we talk again about Mr. Noble and his successor?
according to Carol, I get 12 weeks severance pay, so.
No, that's
You're not
fine.
the librarian. You're not the librarian. Yeah,
You gotta get those perks where you can find them. All right,
motion
well,
to adjourn, Madam Chair.
yes, and now I have a second.
Yes, second.
Thank you, Peter. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye. All right. Have a good night, everybody. We'll see you in person next time. Thank goodness.